Welcome back to another episode of WWE 2k22 MyGM mode, and we are kicking it off this week with Becky Lynch in action, the former Smackdown Women's Champion, and we know that she is hunting that championship and the champion herself, Mandy Rose, who got maybe the biggest upset we will ever see. It was thanks to interference, Bayley costing Becky Lynch the match. But all of that is irrelevant because Becky Lynch needs to get some momentum back. She's feeling a little bit down. Things haven't been working out so well for her. As her opponent tonight will be making her first appearance here on Smackdown, Raquel Gonzalez gets a chance to show us what she can do. This is going to be a tough matchup for Becky Lynch. Raquel, obviously, much bigger than Becky, lots of power, and she will be a brute force to be reckoned with here tonight. So Becky Lynch needs a win, we know that for sure. Mandy Rose taking that championship away from her. The last thing she wants coming into her title shot at Wrestlemania Backlash is another loss to her name as this match is underway. Couple of right hands from Becky Lynch as they lock up, and Lynch straight away able to pick up Gonzalez and slamming her down. Well, not a bad start here by the former champion. And Becky Lynch, clearly one of the biggest names we've got on the SmackDown brand. She's going to be the vocal point of our brand for probably majority of the series. So the last thing we kind of want for Becky is to take a lot of losses and have her popularity drop and drop and drop. You know, it's a surprise that Mandy Rose got the championship to begin with, let's be real. I don't think anyone else really expect Mandy Rose to be the women's champion, let alone holding that women's championship for a long period of time, especially when you got Becky Lynch, Bayley, and others all gunning for that same prize. So it's going to be tough, very, very tough indeed for Mandy Rose to continue to hang on to that championship. But if she can somehow beat Becky Lynch at WrestleMania Backlash, well, you have to believe she could go on to have a fairly lengthy reign as Gonzalez back to her feet. Becky Lynch able to strike again. It looks like that hurt her more than her opponent. She was just agonizingly in pain there as Becky Lynch dropping the leg. Not done yet though, as she drops it again. Couple of leg drops, and she might look for another one. There's a third. And one more for good measure as well, covering all bases there. Into the cover. Could be all here for Gonzalez, but she powers it at one. Well, for Raquel, we haven't seen her yet. We've signed her to a short-term deal. And if she wants to remain here on the brand, well, she needs to grab this opportunity with both hands. She needs to pick up a win. Otherwise, this could be a very, very short-term situation for her. Not a lot of popularity. Not a lot of value. Her contract wasn't exactly that expensive. So Raquel, if she wants to earn some more money, if she wants to get herself in a long-term position, then she needs to certainly make a splash here. If she could beat Becky Lynch, even if SmackDown, doesn't renew her contract, then maybe Raw might bring her in as well. So that's a potential for her. But honestly, I'd be very surprised if Raquel's able to get this job done. Just not enough experience to beat someone like Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is the former champion for a reason, and she's lining up Gonzalez now. Gonzalez has taken a bit of a beating, but she's able to fend off Becky. I think Becky might have been looking for her best shot there, but she's not able to connect. Instead, she's going to go back to the drawing board. Double underhook suplex there. Nicely executed there by the upcoming challenger for Backlash. And Lynch has got a hold of Gonzalez, slamming her down. Gonzalez on Dream Street. Becky Lynch may have it here, and she does. Following up the underhook suplex, slamming down her opponent there again. Becky Lynch in firm control throughout the majority of the match, let's be real. This was never in doubt. She makes quick work of Gonzalez. She grabs the win that she needs. But is it enough? Is this enough momentum for Becky heading into the upcoming pay-per-view? Our first pay-per-view of the series. Becky Lynch would like to walk out of it as champion. Now we head to the backstage area, and Becky Lynch... Oh, hang on! Mandy Rose! Where did she come from? Mandy Rose meets Becky Lynch in the parking lot. Becky Lynch was just trying to leave the arena because the show's over. The show is over. The night is over for Becky Lynch. She's not required anymore. But Mandy Rose waiting in the car park, waiting for Becky Lynch to appear. And our champion looking for the upper hand just before Backlash. Mandy Rose lighting up Becky Lynch. And a bicycle kick right to the skull. While Becky Lynch is laid out, she's out cold. And she might not even make it to the pay-per-view now. This might have been Mandy Rose's plan all along. Take out Lynch before Backlash. Alright, so for the other matches that we had on the show, we got Drew McIntyre and Elias going one-on-one. Chance for both guys to potentially gain some momentum. And it is Drew McIntyre grabbing the victory over Elias. 1.5 star rated match there. Might not be a bad idea for a rivalry between those two. Rey Mysterio and Sami Zayn, we're going to continue that rivalry with these guys doing a talking segment here. At the moment, their rivalry is a level 2, so that's good. And their promo was good, so solid all around. Our commissioner goal this week was to do a run-in, so we're going to have Tyler Bate do a run-in here to cost Red Monsoon the match against R-Truth. I'm not sure if R-Truth really needs the help, but he'll get it nonetheless. And it is R-Truth grabbing the victory. And just a 1-star rated match there. Kofi and Lesnar, well, Kofi's going to call out Brock Lesnar. That could be a big mistake, but he's going to try it anyways. So that's an excellent rating for their promo, which is really good. And now that gives them a level 1 rivalry as well. And of course, for our main event, we had a 2-star rated match. Becky getting the win over Gonzalez. And that is not too bad. So not obviously an amazing show in terms of our matches, but we are trying to just build our rivalries and keep our top stars ready and fresh for the pay-per-view. Let's take a look at what Raw managed to accomplish. Let's simulate their show. So in comparison, we got destroyed. So the opening match for Raw was 4-star, the mid-card was 2, and the main event was 3. Well, they had an Extreme Rules match for the WWE Championship to open it up. Big E and Randy Orton. We had Kevin Nash and Devlin as well in the mid-card. And the main event was pretty solid with the women involved tag team match there as well. So there you have it. Pretty good overall result for Raw. For us, we're trying to build. We're trying to get our guys to a point where they will be more effective, but not really helping us too much just yet. McIntyre gains 1 popularity. Elias gains 2. Monsoon gained 4. R-Truth gained 2. Becky Lynch gained 2. Gonzalez gained 4. So that's pretty good returns. So good gains for a few of our winners there. So for the results, we had a 74 for our rating score. We gained about 55,000 fans and $65,000 is what we ended up with, which is pretty decent. I'm happy with that as well. Yeah, so I feel like we're doing okay. It's not the end of the world. We just got to keep building and building. Eventually, we'll get to a point where I feel like we start succeeding a little bit more. We just want to stay close to Raw without falling too far behind. We also gained a free crew booking thanks to completing our owner goal as well. Raw, 103 rating score, so much higher than ours. They gained 83,000 fans and only $30,000. So they're doing well in terms of their ratings. They're not obviously going so great with their budget. They still have more money than us, and they've got about 50,000 viewer advantage at the moment. So we do need to kind of make that adjustment as soon as we possibly can. So we are week 4, 1 week until our pay-per-view. You're not going to like this, but none of Bayley, Drew McIntyre, and Elias can take part in your show this week. Sorry about that. Well, that's not good, but luckily for us, none of them are really in any rivalries. Me, McIntyre, and Elias, we would have probably liked to have them. Triple H said something's come up and all special matches will cost double this week. I'm told it's some kind of union thing. Okay, well maybe the wrestlers don't want to have an Extreme Rules match. That might be good if Raw actually can't do some special matches this week. We might have a chance in the ratings. Make sure you're matching up superstars that pair well against each other. Monsoon and R-Truth was a bit of a mismatch. Well, look, we weren't exactly too worried about that. Giants pair well, Cruiserweights, yeah. Look, as I said, I was just trying to get it done. Just want to give R-Truth the win. R-Truth's in front of his home crowd tonight, so he wants to have a match. And R-Truth cheated me in that last match. I want a rematch in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, look, Red, no chance of that happening, buddy. Sorry about that. He'll remember that. Well, I'm not too concerned if we lose Red Monsoon. If he quits it's not exactly the end of the world, is it? Alright, so we are 1 week away from our next pay-per-view. We are booking our next shows. So I'm finding that now that we have quite a few guys unavailable this week, we are struggling a little bit with our match card. So we're going to have to call in another free agent. We need another heel for one of our matches. So it looks like we're going to have to try and sign someone else. And there really isn't any other option other than a Roderick Strong for 5 weeks. So we're going to have to bring in Roderick to try and boost up the roster just for the short term. And we're going to have Kofi Kingston against Roderick Strong one-on-one. Brock Lesnar's going to run in. He's going to cost Kofi Kingston the match by DQ. And in our main event, well, we're going to continue this Sami Zayn, Rey Mysterio sort of situation by having Nakamura, the man that's done a deal with Sami Zayn. We're going to have Rey Mysterio and Nakamura one-on-one. And look, we could do the title on the line as well, just to spice things up a little bit. I think, yeah, look, why not? Let's put the title on the line. We need to try and have a better quality show to boost the ratings. So we'll put the title on the line, Mysterio and Nakamura in our main event. That should be a good match. I'm looking forward to that one, and that will be our featured match coming up next. So let's confirm the show. We might change our logistics. We might go to a bigger arena, go back to the Capitol Wrestling Center. For our road crew, we'll go with the free road crew, and this week we will do the basic effects and pyro. So we'll go with that instead. We could get a bonus though if we did the backstage crew, so we may also do that because we're going to achieve the optional goal there. But we also would gain a bonus if we use the concert hall as well. So there's a chance we could get a couple of bonuses here. So we could do all 3 bonuses in one show. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And if we could do a cameos campaign as well, then we get another bonus. So all 4 optional bonuses done. It'll cost us $40,000 to do it, but I feel like the bonuses might be worth it. Well, at least we'll see. You know, we'll do it. We'll see if it works any good. If it does, then great. It improves our show quality by quite an extra % as well. So we could really having a really good chance of beating Raw this week in the ratings. So let's confirm it and let's simulate these results. So Kofi and Roderick, obviously we got the run in here, and that's going to cause the disqualification. Victory for Kofi Kingston, 1.5 stars, so nothing too special there. But it does help increase the Kofi and Lesnar rivalry. R-Truth, he's in front of his home fans. He wanted to have a promo or get some sort of appearance. He does a great job. So 5 stars for that one. So our commissioner goal this week is we had to use our lowest popular wrestler in a match. So it has to be Red Monsoon. So he has a match with Tyler Bate, which does tie into last week anyways. And it will be Tyler Bate. Yes, he does pick up the victory. I was hopeful. They're actually having a level 2 rivalry. Can you believe that? So 1-star rated match. So nothing too special there. God, I hope the main event delivers. Becky and Mandy Rose, they officially create a rivalry here. We've been having them interact, but it just hasn't been counting as a rivalry. But we established that here. 5-star promo as well. And now Mysterio and Nakamura. We're going to play as Rey. We're going to try and keep the championship on our champ. Well, now's a tough challenge for Rey Mysterio. He has to defend his championship against Shinsuke Nakamura, who's one of the most devastating strikers in the WWE. Not only that, he's got the King title as well. King Nakamura. What more do you want other than the Universal Championship? He could be King Nakamura and the Universal Champion here tonight. He could have everything he could possibly want. Shinsuke Nakamura, there's no doubt about it. What a career he's had. He's a hell of an opponent tonight, and he could definitely carry the Smackdown brand as champion. He would be a great superstar to push. And if we want someone to be the flag bearer of the brand that's maybe not a super known established name, well, I think he'd be the right guy to put into that role. He could certainly be a big star for us. But speaking of stars, here's a legend for more than 20 years. Rey Mysterio has been everywhere. He's done it all. He's beaten them all. And he is a fighter. No doubt about that. He is willing to put his title on the line just before Backlash. He might not even make it to Backlash. Forget about Sami Zayn. He might not even get there because he has to get through Shinsuke Nakamura tonight. Rey Mysterio, Universal Champion. Can he get it done tonight? This is going to be a big fight for him. This is going to be a tough challenge. Nakamura, he loves this arena. He loves the disco feel. We saw the disco ball last time. It's there again. I feel like, we really need a ladder. Climb that ladder. Who can grab the disco ball? And maybe that gets you some sort of championship. But anyways, Nakamura preparing for maybe the biggest match he'll have in the series, because if he wins this one, it changes his entire outlook of this series, because he could go from being a guy who's an afterthought with a short-term contract, only being given a 5-week contract. He could go from a guy that isn't a factor to the man. He could be one of our biggest stars, and he might have the right to demand a lot more money to keep him, otherwise he may walk away. He could even leave the brand. He could go to Raw as Universal Champion. That would be disastrous. Well, Rey Mysterio will do everything he can tonight to hang on to the belt and make it to Backlash, where he will have to defend against Sami Zayn if he can make it there. Mysterio, at the moment, with a couple of early strikes. Nakamura and Rey Mysterio both went for a kick. I think Mysterio connected, and he folds it up as he rolls through onto Nakamura. So good start here by the champion. And Sami Zayn, as we mentioned, will be his opponent. And Sami Zayn got a chance to meet Rey Mysterio in the ring with Tommaso Ciampa. Of course, Nakamura and Sami Zayn struck a deal to become allies. So they are allies maybe for the short term, maybe for the duration of the series. We don't know, but what we do know is that they will be happy to work together as a team, as a duo, as maybe even a faction at some point. But Rey Mysterio working away here on Shinsuke Nakamura, and both men went for a kick, for a drop kick, and they both missed. Both ducking underneath each other's shot as Rey Mysterio has Nakamura. Oh no, Nakamura! I thought he was going to reverse it, but he couldn't get it done. Mysterio instead able to hit the Hurricane Rana, so nicely executed there by Rey. Nakamura had a chance to pick up Rey Mysterio and slam him down for a big-time powerbomb, and it's missed out there as Mysterio able to fend it off. Rey Mysterio, here we go again. He's got Nakamura around the chin and the throat, and he utilizes his feet, his educated feet, and he drops the big splash as well. Here it is. Rey Mysterio, can he defend? Gets a 2.5 count. Oh man, that was close. Nakamura, he lost a few weeks ago due to disqualification because of the exposed turnbuckle being utilized. The referee didn't appreciate it. He thought it was worthy of a DQ. I thought it was just a smart tactic. Utilize your surroundings. It's not your fault that he happened to go head first into the turnbuckle. Like, it could not have been Sami Zayn's fault. So, did he deserve to be DQ'd? I don't know. But nonetheless, Nakamura won't be happy that he's got a loss to his record already as he tries to go to the other side of the ring off the top. We knew that was never going to happen. And Mysterio, standing moonsault, and drops both feet with a double foot stomp to follow it up. Now, he's going to head back to the top, drops the big splash again. Rey Mysterio, could it be all? No, the rope break enforced. Rey Mysterio, though, he's in control. Nakamura hasn't quite been able to get the upper hand too much. If he does, it's only for a very short period of time. Rey Mysterio might be thinking about the 619 soon, and he's got Nakamura in position. Here comes Mysterio. He didn't get it. Nakamura blocked it. He grabbed the feet of Mysterio and shut it down. Nakamura able to survive for a little while longer just yet. But he needs to find something here. He's got to get that Kinshasa happening. Otherwise, it's not going to be a title win tonight for him. And wouldn't that be interesting? Nakamura, as he gets a tilt-a-whirl slam, wouldn't that be interesting if Nakamura, he heads to the pay-per-view to face Sami Zayn for the championship? A man who he just formed an alliance with? That could be very interesting. Nakamura lines up Mysterio! He's got it right in the skull! Mysterio's down! But he's able to get the shoulders up. Rey Mysterio digs deep. The title's on the line. He's not giving it up that easy just yet. Oh, that's big for Mysterio because he could have easily lost right there. And Nakamura would have become champion as Mysterio, he's been met with a Kinshasa, and now he's going to try and turn it around quickly with a 619. He does it. Mysterio, can he steal it? He drops it. Big splash. Rey Mysterio. Can this be it? He's got it. Rey Mysterio survives. I feel like he nearly stole that victory. Nakamura, he was doing all the work to get it done. He had done the Kinshasa. Maybe not enough momentum behind it, but nonetheless, Rey Mysterio is still the Universal Champion. And the result for our Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura match, 3 stars. Very good, so not a bad main event in the end. Raw, let's take a look. So they had, once again, a pretty good show, a tables match. They took the risk. I guess it didn't actually cost them as much to do their stipulations. So tables match, $7,000, that's all it cost. They had a 3.5 star rated match, 2 stars in the mid card. Their main event was Riddle and Ziggler, 3 stars. So we equaled the main event, but Raw still had the better show elsewhere. I mean, let's be fair, we didn't have a lot of star power earlier on in the show, let's be real. But a decent main event nonetheless. That was okay. Not too bad in the end. So let's continue on. 78 was the rating score. 57,000 fans. And we had about a $50,000 gain. Not bad. That's okay. That's not too bad. And we also did accomplish our commissioner goal. We've got an injury rehab card. So that could be handy if someone goes down hurt. Especially our champion. 102 rating score for Raw. They gained $77,000 and $32,000 as well. So they just continue to grow and grow and grow. They're separating from us a little bit, aren't they? They are certainly getting ahead of us. We need something. We need something big. Maybe we need to bring in a legend. But nonetheless, it is pay-per-view time. It's pay-per-view week. And Stephanie says that she plans on taking Raw to the top of the power rankings and staying there. Well, to be fair, she's doing a good job of that. I've got the roster and the show running capabilities to do it. I don't think SmackDown stands a chance. If you really think you can contend with us when we have stars like Randy Orton, get real. I mean, yeah, they do have Randy Orton, but surely Brock Lesnar matches up with him. Triple H, your fans want to see great matches, but they want to watch a show with a variety in its fights. To maximize your variety bonus, have at least one tag, one solo, and book both male and female superstars in your fights. Use superstars representing all 5 fighting classes across the match card. That could be where we're going wrong. Maybe we're not doing enough variety. Maybe we need, have a tag team match every show, as he's saying. It's hard though when you only have 3 matches on the show. Like, come on. If we had a few more options, we could definitely satisfy that. And to get all 5 fighting classes in, 3 matches it's not easy. Elias, he's been talking with Lesnar a lot lately. He had a great idea that we should team up for a tag match. I think we'd make an awesome tag team. Can I convince you to take a chance on us and book us in a tag match in the next few weeks? Yeah, okay. Let's give that a shot. I could see that being alright. Nothing, probably not a long-term team, but maybe a one-off. That loser Brock attacked me during my last fight. I'm not going to stand for garbage like that. I want to settle things in the ring with him in the next 3 weeks. Well, we're going to do that at the pay-per-view, so we can definitely accomplish that. So, alright. For the pay-per-view, we have 4 matches. So we do get the extra one, which is good because we needed it. So we'll have the women's match. We'll have Kofi Lesnar. We'll have obviously the world title match, and I guess probably Ciampa and Nakamura is probably our other match that we're kind of working on at the moment. And then we might look to bring back some maybe a legend soon. So let's hope we can deliver a pay-per-view that is strong, because we are really falling behind Raw at the moment. We need something big to get us back in the top. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed this episode of MyGM Mode. Leave a like and subscribe to see more. We'll be back with another one very soon.